Hello, Blake Hart here today with the Audient Evo 4, which I'm excited to check out. I'm actually a fan of Audient. I have another sound card I've been using that I want to do a video about, but when this was announced, I first heard about it at NAMM. I thought, wow, that's a really cool audio card for beginners. Audio card, sound card, audio interface. I guess I'll call it an audio interface for you guys. For beginners, an audio interface is something that you can use to record microphones, voice, record instrumentation through guitars or whatever type of instrument you may be able to plug in here with a 1/4 inch. And it's important. It's an imperative process of getting your sound into your DAW, but it's also important if, let's say, you're making beats or instrumentals just in a DAW like Ableton. You'll need a sound card to be able to get really good audio quality when you export that particular song that you're making. And it has to do with the processors that are in here, audio processors, and how they handle the audio. They're a bit more robust than those that come with just your computer, so it's really important to get an audio interface. This one comes in at $129, which I thought was just amazing. It also features Loopback, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's the ability to record both your microphone as well as your sound that's coming from a software program you're running. So that could be Skype, it could be, you're doing a how-to video in Ableton, or you're gaming and playing a game or something, and you want to have your sound from that particular software program recorded along with your sound from your microphone that's coming in through your audio interface. So this helps you do that, which is pretty cool. And it has this button that's like a smart gain button. And for beginners, you push that button and it reads your audio level so that it won't allow you to clip your audio, which is, if you've ever clipped your audio, is a really stinky situation because it means you've got to redo everything because it's crap, basically. So that's a nice feature to have here. So I want to break it open. We'll talk about it a little bit, show you some of the features that come within this. It's 2 in, 2 out, so you could record your guitar at the same time you're recording your microphone, and you can send this out to your monitors so that you can hear it as well. So let's dive in, talk a little bit, show you a little bit about the features, and then we also can bust this open, take a look at it, and I'm going to record some audio with it. So we'll do some microphone recording, and we'll also do some recording of a guitar, and we'll check that out to see if this is something that truly does offer you a lot at $129. And I think it does, because it's from Audient and they're awesome, so I'm sure it's awesome as well. So this is everything that comes in the box. You get the sound card, you get a cable, a USB cable, and you get the directions. So that's pretty much all you need, and that's what you get. This is the unit itself. It has a big volume knob on the top, buttons for your 2 inputs, your monitoring, all that good stuff. You also have instrument input, headphone input. Then you have 2 XLR inputs and 2 monitor outputs. So that's great because you can run to some speakers. All right, so some of my thoughts about this are, it is plastic. It's the nature of the beast. It's $129. Expectations for $129, I mean, you have to sort of set them reasonably, okay? It's plastic, it's not metal. It doesn't feel cheap though. I mean, it's just plastic. If you dropped it on the floor from a pretty high level on a hardwood floor, I don't know what would happen. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to try. Audient does have some higher end sound cards that are made out of metal. This one here, which I'm going to do a video on in the future, it's made out of metal. Big difference, but also a big difference in price too. I think this comes in at $299. By the time you see this video, and if there's a card up there, click on that card, because I'll be talking about this sound card. And like I said, it's $299, so it's a bit up there in price, but it has definitely a better sound to it, because that's part of what you're getting when you get up there in price. But let's dig into this sucker and just really figure out, like, all right, is this thing gonna give me good sound, and is this something that, as a beginner, is a good investment for me? So let's check it out. All right, so what I'm checking out right now is the smart gain feature. I've plugged this in. I've got this plugged in. I'm screen recording and I have live open so that you can see the levels, but basically I've got the Evo 4 set as my audio interface for my computer. So when I do the screen record, that is what it's using. So with this, we're going to show you how the smart gain feature works, and that's going to involve using my camera microphone as well as the microphone that is going through my computer, because you'll see what happens is it cuts out once you try to do the smart gain. And yeah, I just want to try to do my best job showing you how this works. Okay, so right now this is me talking into the computer using the Evo 4, and I should be clipping. You can see I'm in the red up there. So I just basically use the fader, and I can say, oh, I'm a total knob. I don't know what I'm doing. I turned it all the way up, and whew, it's bad. So what can I do to fix this? I can use the smart gain mode. So I'm going to read the directions right here because this is new to me. So press the smart gain button. It's going to go green, and then I'm going to press the one channel where my mic is plugged in, and that's number 1. And then I'm going to press smart gain again, and I'm just going to keep talking into it, and you can see that these little lights are glowing, and it's trying to take in everything that I'm giving it and the volume that I'm speaking to it in. And so it's going to take this and then adjust it accordingly. So what we should have right now is the adjusted level, so I can see it stop spinning, and it actually, you can see where it's lighting up there, and it's saying this is the level you should be at. And I have no doubt, because I've tried this once already, I have no doubt to believe that I think this is doing its job, which is crazy incredible. And it's really one of the most basic features, and I know it's existed on other audio interfaces. I believe I read that there's a particular audio interface that has had this, or years ago had this. Just such a basic thing, but so critical, I think, for beginners, because it's just easy to press the different buttons. The actual audio interface takes a read of your levels and tells you what is the best level. So cool. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to plug a guitar into this and see how that works. So let's do it. All right, so now I have my guitar here, and I just was curious. I wanted to record some guitar, specifically acoustic guitar, because electric guitar, you're generally going to be going through some sort of modeled amps, and you're going to be taking the sound from there. So I don't really think it is effective like recording an electric guitar in here, but I thought it'd be interesting when to record an acoustic guitar. So just a little Taylor I was gonna take and record in here. Just gonna, it actually is not clipping at all, so I'm not even gonna use the auto gain button, but we'll see what happens. I'll just record it in and get an idea of what this sounds like. So let's hit record and let's go from there. Alright, so I thought that's something decent. We can see what that sounds like. Overall, I think that this is a really cool audio interface for $129. That is my final say. I didn't get to play with Loopback, which I want to check out and play with. Here it's pretty easy to get set up, and actually I've noticed that Evo, they have a YouTube channel, and I'll link it down below, because they've got a lot of great videos over there telling you exactly how to hook this thing up and how to do the various things that you may want to do with it. And I really respect every time a company does that, because I'm like, okay, cool, you put a product out and you're teaching us how to use it. Thank you for doing that. But I really think that this is a great investment for somebody that's buying their first either their first audio interface or somebody who really wants an audio interface that they can bring on the go, just hook up, doesn't have to have a power supply, they can hook up to their computer and go, or somebody that's just doing like Skype sessions, like podcasts and things where they're doing it with videos and they don't want to use Zoom, they want to use Skype or some other kind of screen, Wirecast or OBS or some other kind of streaming software to capture the audio. I think that this is also like a no-brainer way to do that. So it has its uses. Once you get into doing more and more musical stuff, you're going to see that your signal processing, you're going to want that improved. So the other thing, what I'm going to do at the end of this video, right after I stop talking, is I'm going to export one of my songs with this audio interface so you can see what it sounds like. Of course, YouTube compresses everything, so it's difficult at the end of the day, but if any music you make, you're probably going to have it online, whatever the case, so it will be compressed to some limit. But the links for this are down below. If you'd like to go purchase it, I appreciate you using my links, and I hope that you found this video helpful. I do plan on doing more audio interface videos coming very soon because there's 2 audio interfaces that I'd really like to put up against each other, just because they're in the same price family, and I think a lot of people are interested in them. So I'll see you again soon. Thanks for listening.